Hello and welcome back to Kendo Nagasaki 101, the channel where you can find out all about the mystical and spiritual work of Kendo Nagasaki, the masked wrestler and mystic. My name is Atlantis and I'm the current spokesperson for Kendo. So, what have we seen so far about Kendo? Well, we know that there's a man behind his mask. He's known as Yugensha, which is Japanese for seer. We know that as a child he had vivid dreams about combat. We know that in his teens, Yugensha studied under the legendary Japanese judoka, martial artist and mystic Kenshiro Abe. And we know that it was Abe who helped Yugensha's fighting dreams to make sense, as well as showing him how to see into his past lives in meditation. So perhaps it's time to have a closer look at the relationship between Yugensha and Kenshiro Abe. Yugensha was always very good at sports, and when he discovered judo in his teens, he found that he had a natural talent for it. He trained at various judo clubs in his area, and for one of the weekend courses, there was a guest teacher with an extraordinary reputation. It was Abe. Yugensha immediately signed up for this course and found himself fascinated with how this man could counter any attack from anyone who tried to compete with him, and apparently effortlessly get them into a submission hold or throw them onto the mat, even the respected and capable teachers. Also, Abe saw that Yugensha was a student of extraordinary ability, and he took a particular interest in him. Soon, Yugensha was fortunate enough to literally sit at the feet of the master. He was invited to Abe's home to learn some of the Eastern secrets of focus and discipline. Yugensha has said that Abe was very unorthodox, very strange, and he'd never met anyone like him. In his apartment, Abe had an aquarium as well as a very large bird cage hung outside the building but open to the inside. And perhaps there was also some other kind of animal roaming the floors. Abe seemed to see something mystical in all of them, and it was towards the aquarium that he directed Yugensha's attention. Abe told him to meditate upon the movement of the fish as they swam in the tank, as an exercise and a discipline, and also as a meditation. Abe said that Yugensha should relax, but try to stay aware of the fish and how they moved, and then close his eyes and visualize the fish in his mind's eye. After he'd done this for some time, Abe said that after imagining the movement of the fish for a while, Yugensha should open his eyes and see if they were in the same place in the tank as he'd imagined them. Of course, for a long time, the fish in the tank and the fish in Yugensha's imagination were always in very different places. But gradually, when Yugensha had gained some experience of being very still, but also very aware, the fish in the tank became closer and closer to where he'd imagined them to be. From this discipline/exercise/meditation, Yugensha had started out on the road to Eastern mysticism, and Abe was to teach him a great deal more. A particular practice that has stayed with Yugensha ever since learning it from Abe has been seated meditation, which is known in Zen Buddhism as Zazen. In this way of meditation, complete peace is achieved by letting go of everything, letting everything fall away, as they say, and with practice, the effects are most remarkable. The very least you get from Zazen is a reboot of your mind, which is really refreshing. But also, you often find that you have brilliant new perspectives on things, which have had the freedom to come out of your intuitive self, because your superficial and noisy conscious mind has been quiet and out of the way for a change. As regards his judo, Yugensha was still getting plenty of expert coaching on the mats as well, and his competence skyrocketed, reaching black belt standard in record time. It was under Abe's tuition that Yugensha was considered a potential candidate to represent Great Britain at the 1964 Olympics in Japan. But, as we have since seen, he was destined to take a completely different direction. We'll get to that later. Ultimately, Yugensha's judo training under Abe turned out to be the gateway to the mystical skills, which were the real foundation to him becoming such a powerful inspiration to so many. Therefore, it cannot be denied that we all owe Sensei Abe the greatest gratitude and the deepest respect for all the ways in which he moulded, mentored and guided the man who was later to don the mask of Kendo Nagasaki. Well, once again, I'm afraid my time is up for this video, so please do come back to hear some more about the great Kendo Nagasaki. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all again very soon. So, as Kendo would say, onwards. Bye-bye.